Okay, I thought I'd just play that for a second to see if it helps make the new Godzilla look any better. Nope, didn't work. Hello, this is Chad the Gaming Dad here with a review of the new Godzilla game on PS4. Well, it's kinda new. You see, this was released last year on PS3 only in Japan. We are just now getting it here. I just got the game. I've played it for a few hours, and normally I play more than that before I do a review, but I have a feeling that there's not going to be a whole lot more to see here.
Please disperse! Nothing to see here, please!
So the game has arrived here on PS3 and PS4, but only the PS4 has all the modes and online play. Okay. So how is it? Well, for die-hard fans of Godzilla, and those who just like a fun monster game, this has probably been on their radar for quite a while. The game starts off with the trailer that you may have seen already, and man, it looks great. I really wish that the game looked more like this trailer. You know, a lot of other new-gen games look just like this. Godzilla does not. I'm really not sure why they chose to put the great CG trailer at the beginning of the game, since really all it does is just set you up for a letdown when the game actually starts. But anyway, let's go to the game. In this game, you take control of Godzilla, and eventually the other monsters as well. Now, you know, the word control is used kind of loosely here. The controls are very clunky and tank-like. It actually took me a few minutes, and I had to even check the controls from the menu to find out that you cannot turn Godzilla with the stick. You have to use R1 and L1 to turn right and left. The rest of the controls are pretty standard with the sticks and the buttons, but Godzilla moves very slow, and the left-right turning thing took some getting used to. So the main story mode of Godzilla is God of Destruction mode. You go from stage to stage trying to destroy generators. You crush buildings, and you can destroy tanks and helicopters. However, they are pretty small on the screen. You know, the other thing with the tanks and helicopters is they really don't seem to damage Godzilla in any way. The generators have a force field that pops up and knocks Godzilla over, but again, it hardly hurts him, and it's pretty easy to destroy the generator without taking a hit. Pretty much all the levels are the same thing, with a slightly different look. Occasionally you will get invaded by another kaiju. Now here comes the exciting part. The cinematic for the entrances of these guys looks really cool. But then again, I go right back to the bland, outdated visuals of the actual game. So they come into your level and they fight with Godzilla. And when you beat them, they get unlocked. You can also choose Invade or Defend mode, where you play as the unlocked kaiju to either destroy the level or defend against Godzilla. But that's about it. These levels branch off, and there's a few different branches on the way to the final stage, so there is some variation, but it looks like you're going to need to play through this mode a lot to unlock the other monsters, as this game does have quite a few characters in it. The other thing about the stages, you know, they're all pretty small, and in order to fully clear each level 100%, you have to destroy everything. And the more you destroy, the more you can see the large orange line around the map. Yeah, the giant invisible wall. Everything outside that orange line is just for show. The other fun part about trying to 100% a level is you get down to about 98% and you wander around looking for the last little chunk that needs stepped on in order to 100% the thing. These crazy invisible walls looks more like a Godzilla-sized invisible fence. It's kind of fitting, since a lot of people say Godzilla kind of looks like a dog. Woof. Hey, Godzilla! You can't get me! Ha ha ha! Next up is the King of Kaiju mode, where you must fight through 6 monsters in a row to see if you can survive through all 6. They get harder as you go, and this mode is pretty fun, even though we're still dealing with the same clunky controls. You know, I get that they were going for the tank-like feel of Godzilla in the movies, but the combat pretty much boils down to who punches first. There's really no way to quickly dodge or attack, and then there are some moves that you have that might be able to interrupt or sort of block the opponent, but they're not really quick enough to be useful. Now this does bring me to Evolution mode. Here there are large skill trees that you can unlock to upgrade all the monsters in the game. That's really pretty cool. For every single monster in this entire game, they have a lot of unlocks. But the problem with this mode is that it takes so long to get the materials you need to acquire each unlock that you're going to be playing this thing forever to try to unlock all of them. I would say that most players are probably only going to try to fully upgrade maybe 1 or 2 monsters at the most. Next up is the Versus mode. You know, this is the real exciting part of the game, where you think like, okay, take 2 monsters and battle it out with your friends. Problem is, this game that would be absolutely perfect for local co-op does not have any local co-op. It is online only. And be warned, the online is only for the PS4. The PS3 does not have online versus mode. The online versus mode is the real reason to play this game. The online fights can be fun, and they give you the option of a one-on-one fight or a 3-player battle. You will want to, however, play through the God of Destruction mode first, quite a few times actually, so that you can level up enough to be good enough to fight these people online. From my experience online, it looks like there really is no matchmaking. You just randomly get thrown into battles with other players that are online, and normally their level is much higher than yours. This means that their Godzilla or other monster is going to have a lot more moves and maybe stronger overall than the one that you're playing. This mode does show some promise and looks like it could be really fun. And hopefully by the time enough people play long enough to level up, there will still be people online for battles. But on launch day, I tried to get into a match, and I had to wait quite a while each time. The last mode is Diorama mode. No, not diarrhea mode. Diorama mode. You know, like a small scene that you set up. This is fun for a bit to set up monsters and mess around with the camera, and the game kind of advertises this as a way to make your own movies or short films. I'm not really sure how good it would be for that, and honestly most people might mess around with this once or twice. So there you have it, Godzilla the game on PS4. Let's go down the checklist, huh? Bad graphics, check. Repetitive gameplay, check. Poor controls, check. Small levels with invisible walls, check. But you know, somehow this game actually is fun in short bursts. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot that is not good about Godzilla the game. But with the large roster of kaiju and the large skill trees to unlock, and also hoping that online versus will be more fun when you're fighting with a fully upgraded monster, you know, it has its moments. It's really not deep. It does nothing new, but once you settle in and accept it for what it is, and forget about the promise that the trailer showed, you can have some fun. Also, I wanted to mention that when playing this with kids, they absolutely love it. The simple and straightforward gameplay is perfect for young gamers. My daughter understood what to do and was having a blast smashing buildings and fighting monsters right off the bat. Now, I was able to get this game discounted and had some reward perks to spend at the store, so I didn't pay full price for this. I really don't suggest this game at full price. There's just not enough there to warrant, you know, the full cost. You know, if you really love Godzilla and love monster games, you should maybe look to try to pick it up after the price drops. You know, it probably will do that soon. Or if you can get it cheap, if you have some reward points or discounts or something, it might be okay. But for those of you who are just looking for something new to play on your PS4 and you don't really have a specific interest in Godzilla, you better look elsewhere, because you're not going to be happy with this game. This is Chad the Gaming Dad, here on Dad's Games. Thanks for watching, and remember, you never outgrow video games. So long, everybody.